Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Godcraft. So today we're going to be talking about Godcraft the Revamped, and I'm going to try to be fast. I've done this video like 5 times, and I ended up talking like 30 minutes, and I can't do that, so let's do this. So right off the bat, we were talking about the end is near, and I think it's time to shut down Godcraft. Wrote a poll. Everyone wants, well, I shouldn't say everyone, 64% of people wanted a fresh site, domain, etc. And then 8% wanted it to die, let her go in peace. Let's look at who said that. King Cam, really? And a lonely dinosaur. So, anyways, everyone can see that, by the way. It's enabled. I'm not being sneaky here. These 7 people say you should keep the site. And I like the interesting thing that these 7 votes have appeared more recently than the 16 votes here. Like, a lot of people voted fresh start right away, but more and more people were voting for let's build a new server, like a build like server. And the thing is, this is pretty biased because it says take down build and start a new build like server. So right off the bat, people want a fresh start. And this is a bit biased, and that's why people aren't voting on this probably as much. I have a feeling a couple of these guys up here would probably go down here. They probably want to keep Godcraft itself, the name. So I'm actually thinking of that, and I have an idea, but we're going to first talk about the actual server. So there's some wonderful comments here. I'm going to just, average it out, and I apologize if I missed some of you guys. A lot of guys had the suggestion that we have a vanilla server with PvE mobs and etc., which is sort of what most people wanted before. We kind of were this, kind of strict Nazi build server, etc., etc. Dork wants these instance worlds, which is pretty far-fetched. Like, it's really crazy idea, but it's something that could work. I don't think we could do it for everyone, but then he was talking about microtransactions and VIPs. In fact, what is amazing with this group of people is so far that I don't think I one time said, oh, I need to find a new way to make money. One of the things I even said that is we wouldn't be charging fees anymore to actually play on the server. And right off the bat, these guys are like, you need to offer more features for VIP. You need to add microtransactions, etc. And these are coming from guys that know I'm a legit Nazi to the microtransactions, and I hate them. But they're trying to work out ideas on how to make money to support the server. And here I'm not even really asking for that. But I'm trying to show you. Well, these guys think ahead. They know that the server costs money, and that's amazing. It makes me have a tear to my eye. So Dork had this crazy instance idea where you could have your own instance world, and you could pick the Nether or whatever, and you could build and live there, and then you can expand it, things like that. And I think mainly the idea on that was somebody you kind of would donate to have that world. I think at first it sounded like it was more like everyone could make one. But the costs on the hardware, the amount of space that takes, would be ridiculous. Especially when we're kind of using SSDs to run the server. We don't want, it to be too big. But we're working on ideas, and I'm not being the decider here. I'm just throwing and juggling ideas. I'm trying to compile some of the ideas. Electro liked the adventure server a lot. He kind of wants to have these towers and stuff like that where you go up and fight, maybe monsters, like mob spawners, and then go up further and actually maybe get a reward that, maybe time-based, or maybe you're just going there to fight the monsters, who knows. And it would be like a PvP tower, or maybe it would just be an adventure tower, who knows. Some really neat, unique ideas like that. And then you have other people who are kind of wanting more of the vanilla idea. They want features, but they want the base vanilla features plus more on top of it. So, whew, I just want to go to bed. This is just exhausting. It's overwhelming, the excitement. We definitely need more feedback. I mean, the amount of feedback we have posted, I would consider is 10%. I want to see 90% more feedback posted. But I have an idea to compile everything into one big pile of soup. And not only that, I have an idea to do it progression style, where you keep adding and updating the game. Because if we put all this out at once at you, and okay, we're done, guys, let me head outside, you're going to get bored in a few months or a couple weeks this day and age. The kids don't have attention spans that last that long. So here, I have an idea, and this may be the stupidest idea ever, but I want to hear what you guys think. So first of all, like all worlds, you have a spawn. And I don't know the size of this. I'm not going to do sizes or math or anything like that, but you probably start here. There'll probably be, some rules, information here, maybe a special room to just get you started on ideas and things that are on here. Who knows? Something very interesting. There's assign text command things. There's so many plugins now that you can do so much. Where you right click assign and it'll tell you information and help you get started, things like that. And then from there, my crazy idea is you guys just literally go and build. We have a road system here. And you just go out and build wherever you want. Oh my god, so you would have freedom and flexibility. So that's just like the build server. Except what's different now is we have mobs and monsters. And you're like, well, shit, that doesn't sound too exciting. Well, we have one big thing. This spawn here? That has to be a community effort. Now, this is something we have to decide. Do we want to cheat that in? Or do we want to do it by hand over time? That's another thing. Because, we are Godcraft and we've done an amazing job of doing things ourselves. We don't use creative. I don't think we really ever do that. We are those people that make things by hand. And this is what I like. We could have just a tiny ass spawn here at the beginning. Just something small. A dirt road. Whatever. And then over time, we go out and we start our own projects out here, and then out here, wherever you want. Maybe you want to have, 4 or 5 of your friends make a big, project out here. Please note this is not to scale. And then down the road, we can say, hey, everyone, let's do something at Spawn. And we can get some people to volunteer and help and donate resources and start building out Spawn. Nice. But that's not where it ends. So there's Spawn. It's getting better and bigger and more featured filled. Let's just say now you guys are kind of complaining and you want to go and visit, say, I don't know, maybe you want to go and have PvP. You're tired of this. Well, let's just say this is right here, Cooj's place here. And Cooj has made a big arena here, and it's like kind of arena style, I don't know, Viking City or something. Well, you know what, guys? Do you guys want an arena? What we could do is, instead of building an arena, instead of building something for something, how about we use what people spent, weeks or months creating and actually create this as one of the official arenas. And we don't have to just have one. We can have a couple. We can have different things. Not only that, we have plugins out there that can give you so many features. Like you can have scoreboards and things like that. I think even with automated sign systems and stuff, like you can click, you have red and blue and you literally right click the sign and you get prepared. Shit, I don't know. They probably can give you items that you spawn with, like a set of diamond gear that you could, the second you leave, it removes it. Who knows what the hell is out there? But there's a lot of neat features out there. I'm just saying, maybe when you die, you don't drop your items, things like that. Either way, all I can tell you is, instead of, us creating something for something, how about we use what people create and then add more excitement into it? Give people a reason to visit that kick-ass arena. And let's just say over here, Electro has a huge-ass, project here. He made this, I don't know, like a tower city or some, ruins with a big, huge tower in the center of it. Let's just say a big tower. Towers are circle usually, not square, but whatever. And he wants this tower idea, and I like the tower idea, and I think a lot of people like the tower idea. This turns into a PvP battle zone, and when you get up to the top of the tower, let's just say every, I don't know, for fun, every 30 minutes at the top of this tower, a diamond or 5 diamonds appear in the chest or something like that. It doesn't matter what the reward is. We'll figure that down the road, but that's just an idea where you actually get something worthwhile while having a fun, PvP there. So maybe Dork and his 5 accounts will be sitting there, and, so you'll probably have a chance to winning if it's 2 of you, because he'll have a hell of a time controlling 5 accounts, but Dork, you'll find a way. He'll probably be macroing it all, but, you'll have fun doing it. It's something fun and interesting. And, you could just go from there. You can actually use, oh god, why am I following Jesse Cox? Anyways, you can go ahead and use, things like that. People create things, and then you actually bring a reason to have people go there. This cool, portal world that Dork was talking about. Well, he could always make, a city, and I'm not just saying him, but whatever, the community, whatever, just a group of people. You could always have a theme place where you can have, like, another looking little platform here, and, sky lands, maybe a flat lands, and maybe your average looking thing here. And then you have the signs that can take you to these instance places. Now this is probably going to be a VIP feature where, it teleports you to these places where you can have your own piece of land out in the, middle of whatever. You'll probably have a command that you can go there anytime, things like that. But that's definitely something, that we can add. But we're not adding this all at launch. We're adding this over time. We're adding these features. So we're not overwhelmed. We're not crying and screaming. But we can also, every couple of weeks, or probably not every couple of weeks, that's a little crazy. But, every month or whatever, you can add a new feature to the server and not remove a feature, but keep adding to it and actually enjoying it and having fun. Now, please be warned that, some plugins die and have bugs and problems. But overall, most plugins work from one version to the other pretty damn well. We got some plugins that are like 2 years old almost that have not broken. And then you just go on. Here was another one. Imagine having mines. Like, you could actually have an underground mining system that looks really cool. You go through, it's interlaced, sort of. Hell, it could be Moria. But I'm just going to say this really cool, crazy mine place where it's open and deep and, somebody spent time hauling it out. Well, what we could do is make it so there's these special nodes, and I've seen them, I'm not sure how easy or whatever it is, where they spawn iron and diamonds and other rare resources and turn it into another PvP zone where you can go in there and fight for these resources. Or it doesn't even have to be PvP, it could be PvE, just a lot more mob spawns, things like that. Don't forget, you got plugins that can control this stuff. Now, don't forget all these places like the tower and the arena here, and even this, cool deep cave system where you can get these special precious resources that respawn over time would be a protected area. It would turn into like an adventure mode area where people couldn't exploit, place blocks, things like that. So it would make it actually fun and exciting. And then, of course, around the whole entire world, you got other projects going. Hopefully we get, a monorail system or subway. I'm going to say most people are going to probably dislike a subway system. They're getting tired of that. But then again, when you do a subway system near the beginning of the game, you get a lot of resources when you mine. So that's one reason to put your mine into that. A lot of people did enjoy that. But you also could do a monorail. And I think rather than doing this damn straight path crap here and there, we could consider actually doing some that go out like this. It can come from spawn. You could have something outside of spawn. It doesn't matter. I mean, it can go off a straight path and then from here, but overall, we can be a little more flexible, a little more creative, a little more fun. Not, we need to stop making, these strict rules about everything. We got to stop being Nazis in a sense. But we can keep adding and adding more features. We can add, actual Skyland world to the server where you go up there and, you can't fly or anything, but, you hit these special gravity pads that push you from one island to the other. We can engineer them and craft them up so people can get around, and maybe there's, fun things that you can do up there. Who knows? I'm just saying the sky is the limit at this point. You can have a lot of fun, especially if we work as a community. You guys can easily look up bucket plugins as much as I can. I told Electro yesterday, I think there was something like 11 or 12,000 bucket plugins. 12,000. You can't expect me to read them all and know them all and tell you there's this and that. Because, back in the day when there was 500 of them, I could do that. Now when there's 12,000 of them, I can't. So there could be a plugin for everything. We also have to remember some plugins are broken, some plugins are buggy, some, will have some issues here and there, but then again, down the road, since there's 12,000 plugins, there's usually another plugin sort of the same or similar to it. So that is pretty damn exciting anyways. That's why I followed Jesse Cox. He was the one that was on our server. He did the something blocks here. Wasn't that him? Yeah, that was what it was. Outside the blocks. He did one for Godcraft.
Sniper. Blue Man Scuba Group? A lemming? A guy who had his, I guess that's like Triangle Head's cousin, Boxhead, and Jesus in a business suit.
Yeah, Jesus in a business suit. Anyways, so there's really some good ideas, and I'm not saying my idea is perfect or anything, but my idea is, I love all your ideas. Let's throw them in one big pile, like a big soup, but keep adding additions to it over time. And, as a community, we'll start small. You know what's good about that? start small. You don't get as many kids. I mean, the kids are fine. We have to learn. That's one thing we have to learn. We need to learn to respect the little young guys. They can be annoying. You want to strangle them. But if we push them away, if we turn into elitist people, we're not going to have any players. Remember that. You're not going to have anyone left on Godcraft. Anyways, what was I trying to say? So we start smaller. We do back like what we used to do. There's more of a challenge because it's a survival world. We start projects. We work together. One of the plugins that we should add is, we had it on the other server to prevent spawns in the area. So eventually people would like to build these beautiful, huge, big structures. You don't want to be screwed because, you don't want to be screwed at all because, your mobs are filling inside these buildings and blowing up or whatever. So, we'll add plugins to make your area protected in that style. We could probably add some plugins to protect it from griefing and stuff. I tried to get away from that because now we have such an easy rollback system. It's easy to fix griefing. Most griefing is so minor that I do prefer still going sort of the old way where, most things are open, but, you'll be able to lock your chests and lock your rooms, and maybe we can look into a little more protections in that style. But I don't like doing the whole over to the top, crazy ass, every foot you go is protected in that sense. But we got to really use dynamic map a lot more. It's flat. I like doing the flat one mainly because it's good for resources, but we need to look into plugins that can show you on dynamic map that you own this property. You've claimed this, 500 by 500 piece of property. You better be damn willing to use it if you're claiming that huge of a piece of land. But my point is that, we can actually show on the map who owns what. Make it easier so we don't have to have this whole crap of, oh, I didn't know anyone lived there. Well, we can just make one of the, 8 rules. We want to have less rules, by the way. Check, dynamic map for plots, basically. Things like that. Make sure you check the area. Make sure no one owns the area. Ask around. And when somebody asks around, be nice and look on dynamic map if you're a player who has played for a long time and say, actually, I think somebody does live there, unfortunately. Don't be the jerk and be like, read the rules. Just talk. He may be your friggin' best friend next year. Seriously, that's how you make friends, not, piss off people till we have no players left. So good things to read here. Everyone's being really pretty mature here. I'm going to say good, mature. There was like one jackass on here saying, I paid $10 3 years ago or something, and now you're going to shut down the server, QQQ. And it's like, are you kidding me? Almost every server I've been to has a donation button, and almost every server I've ever been to is already shut down like a month later. But anyways, that's just drama for you. So the website, I was thinking, Godcraft is Godcraft. Why get rid of Godcraft? You know what? I hate this site. You guys hate this site. You hate the theme. You hate this shit. You hate this button here. You hate looking at these profiles. You hate. I hate. This entire site is disgusting. I just want to wipe this piece of shit off the face of the earth. Then let's do something about it. Let's go into Envision IP board, I guess they call it now, IPS community. Envision Power, basically. This is a new software. Well, it's not new. It's been out for a while. I think the 3.0 a long time ago. Huge revamp in the software. Made it beautiful. This is the new software here anyways. You got, all your little settings. You got your start thread here. You got lots of little features here. You got even the tags, which is nice. Emotion, signature, follow topic. Even mod options, I guess, there. Attach files. All the basics, I guess. Of course, it's going to require some configuration. And of course, there's a lot more you can add to this stuff anyways. Nice and clean, nice and laid out. Even Electra likes this, and he likes dark themes. You got, your special functions. You got the media stuff you can upload and add. And you can even put your, attachments, events, blog entries, gallery albums, gallery images, files. And you're like, whoa, this sounds kind of cool. Well, what else is there? Well, there's this nice member page list. That's just whatever. There's this awesome calendar, which is really good because you can do day-to-day views here as well. But we can add events and, things going on, maybe a big update that's happening on the 31st or whatever. Really good, feature to, get the community more closer together. They can add actual events on here, things like that, and we can do things together. I think that's kind of cool. You got your blog here, which sounds kind of far-fetched at first. It's like, blogs, eh? Blogs. Who's going to use a blog? And I think you guys are going to like this because, here we go. I created this one at first just to give you an example. I haven't actually created anything, but this is sort of like your blog page. It says admin's blog here because that's what I called it. And you get full control of it. It's like owning a website. And you can, you have options. You can even change the theme if there was more themes. Add special blocks, like side blocks, things like that. You got this nice little entry thing. You can, have images and you can add categories and everything. It's literally like owning a WordPress blog, on those sites and stuff. Really nice feature. And then you got this really nice gallery system here. Of course, we don't have any images, but you can have categories and stuff like that. And then it gets even better than that. There isn't even a download section on here where I don't have it set up, but you basically can have downloads here. So, all those world ones that I keep, procrastinating over and over and over, this is where they would be. With the new launch of the site, I would definitely get those files up for you guys ASAP. This is actually enjoyable, actually having a special site for that. Instead of this whole wiki and form crap that we have everywhere, now we actually have something proper. We have pages here. We could literally add another rules tab up here. And the tabs are nice, and we got a lot of space up there still. You even have a store here. I haven't played with that, but you can do vouchers and redeem a gift thing. I think you could even use this to say Dorkinator will never pay a cent to Godcraft because he's a little bitch. Sorry, Dork. But Dork would trade you, a whole shit ton of diamonds for, a $10 gift card or whatever the hell it is. This is what this could be done. This is a really nice little store here. And there's a lot of features for, the admins and mods. They can look up users. They have a lot more features here. And of course, myself being the admin, let's just show all my information there. That's all right. That's old stuff anyways. Don't even have that server anymore. You have all these really cool features. You got these other apps and stats and support, and oh my god, there's so many features in here. I just like jizz myself. And then on top of all of this, you can install plugins and add-ons and things like that. I mean, the amount of things you can do with this is amazing. And when I showed Electro this, he says even the default theme was pretty damn amazing. And that's good because Electro is a friggin' bastard to try to impress. Sorry, Electro, I had to say that. And here's an idea of, looking at a site that's a little more full of content here. Pretty nice looking. Very, very clean. And I mean, you got settings and controls and things you can do, and I mean, it's just really awesome. I like it, and you can actually have these little cool images and stuff. And we, the community, can add a lot more. We can add, little cool graphics like, whitelist member or whatever. Though we're not going to have that, but I mean, we could always celebrate somebody who a long time ago bought whitelist. But I was thinking instead of doing the whole new domain and crap like that, we could, work on that and look into doing a new site like that. We should be able to convert this site to that one. We may lose some, have little problems here and there, but overall we should be able to do it, I think. So that would be cool. But yeah, these are some ideas in jungling. I felt like I could do more good showing you this and explaining what my ideas are than typing it because I suck at it. And hopefully this juggles out ideas. But I think if we start small and go bigger over time and keep adding new things over time, it would be a lot of fun. Because just think about what we've done in 3 years. 3 years, basically, at Godcraft. Look how much fun we used to have. Look what little we did. We added a fucking shop system. And that's all we added for like a year. And everyone was so happy and excited about that. Just imagine when we actually add more and more cool features over time that isn't once a year. You guys will be pissing your pants every friggin' day, and I think this would be a huge change. Also, for modded servers, I'm really big in that. And so Electrobot, maybe some others would help with the build server a little more hands-on stuff. But for the modded servers, I'm kind of planning to still work on that stuff for people out there. I have some ideas jungling through my mind, but one of the things is I don't think I would ever have a stable one that would last for many years or whatever. But I'm thinking of doing one, like for 1.5, 1.6, and we'll leave the 1.5 one up when the 1.6 one is running. But once the 1.5 dies, we eventually shut it down. Maybe we give out the map, things like that. Then we go 1.6, 1.7. And that was sort of the idea there. So I think that's a cool idea. But that was just one of the things we're kind of throwing around anyways. But I like to hear your idea of what I said here. Please post on the forum. So there'll be a link in the thing to link you into the forums we've already been talking about. But I would really love to hear from you guys because I think this is really exciting. I'm hyped up. And I think this could be the biggest, best change to Godcraft ever. Because honestly, Godcraft Build Server 3, that big, sad decision we did, was one of the fucking best ideas we've ever done. When I made that decision, I lost like half of my players. And I regret losing half of those players. I wish I could convince them to come back. But you know what? It was the best thing ever because I've made new friends. You guys have made tons of new friends. It was awesome. It was impressive what we were able to do. And I was thinking, why do we have to start completely fresh, in the sense of like, a whole new domain and everything? You know what? We've come from shit to, power, shit to power, shit to power many times. Why can't we do it now? So, yeah, anyways, guys, let me know what you guys thought, and thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.